episode of Mary Tyler Moore, and
I'm sorry. We are rolling. Try that again. You watched Mary Tyler Moore
I,
last night,
I,
did
I,
you?
I have a few tears in my eyes. I watched the very last episode of Mary Tyler Moore. It must have affected me more than I thought.
Oh my.
That's that's all bullshit. I
This is
just
what yeah, this is all about. It's nostalgia and talking about things that simply do not exist anymore.
no, oh no, and never really mattered when they did.
When they did, yes. How are you this 13th of April, rainy
Fine,
day, Monday,
yeah.
Easter
It
Monday?
seems quiet after all the activities of yesterday,
Yeah.
Easter activities.
How did your Zoom or your Skype
Oh,
confab go?
we went well,
Yeah.
and a few people had technical challenges in dealing with what Zoom is, but Zoom is, as is Skype now, it's pretty easy to use. So, and everybody's doing it. So I know of a number of people who had Zoom Easter get-togethers, including you, right? Your
Yeah, we did
family
it
did
on
one Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, which it's on Skype. It went quite well. My
On
nephew
Skype.
organized it, and after a while, I said, "Okay, that's enough. Bye."
Yeah.
After about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
That's always been your strong
are you
point,
gonna hunt
ending
for
things.
Easter? My mother's there. Are you gonna hunt for Easter eggs? And she's talking to my little my great nephews and great. So,
Yeah, and so you said it's time to wrap it up.
good night.
Yes.
Thank you. Good
Yeah.
night.
We'll announce the winner of the Buick on our next program.
That's right. Yeah. Have your parking validated and get the hell out.
You
Oh,
don't
I got
mind this
anyway.
isolation, huh?
Anyway, I got a few things for you. Do you want to go first or shall I?
I got not much at all because
Okay,
but I'll share a couple of things with you.
please do.
Uh, Two quickies. When you and I were talking about Rogers yesterday, you
Oh,
said it
yes.
stood for Rogers Batterly List. So we were both basically right.
Okay,
And Ted Rogers Sr. invented the batteryless radio
correct.
because he owned CFRB and wanted to sell radio sets, which is
Exactly.
was pretty common, right? They
Yep,
they all
yep.
Canadian Marconi owned CFCF. They wanted to sell radio sets, so that's how they did it. And I believe somebody said in 1922 there were fewer than 150 radios in all of Canada. By 1930, there were 400,000
Yep.
radios in the country.
Licensed to print.
They sold like yeah, sold like radios. And the other thing I came across
Oh my.
yesterday
Oh,
is
goody.
that is bacon,
Yeah.
and then you put warmed chocolate in it to
Oh,
form a shot glass. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Doesn't it look big? Look at the color
is
of that.
is that
And
is
then you
that
pour liquor in.
is that Bailey's Irish cream in there?
It says you can put anything you want in
Oh
Jameson or whatever.
boy.
It looks like, well, I don't want to tell you what it looks like, but it's a shot glass. It's a
Yeah.
bacon shot glass, nice and light.
I like the idea. I don't know that my innards would like the idea, but
Uh,
I like the idea.
yeah, I think your innards would rebel. I don't
Yeah,
think you have too
that's what
many
I'm
of them.
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I don't
Yeah.
think you line up the bar with them.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
so
That's what's on your mind this morning.
yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There I am.
There you go. Just to get back to the CFRB, I worked first radio station I worked at. You're back to sharing now. There you go. Was
It's
it
like when you,
CFCH in North Bay, Ontario,
yeah.
which was once the property of Lord Thompson of Fleet.
Oh
He
yes, he
wasn't
owned a number of small radio
he
stations as
wasn't
well as
Lord in
newspapers.
those days, but he bought the broadcasting license from a mining company for $1 back in the day.
CFCH.
CFCH. It doesn't exist. The call letters don't have been retired since. It was 600 on the dial there, and the transmitters were in Callander, Ontario,
Oh yeah.
where the Dion Quints were born.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, the
So
Dion
that's a
Quits were
long,
born in that
long,
calendar.
long time ago. Let me just jump to the stuff I got. I got a short
Hmm.
rant this morning.
Okay.
Good news. A company out of Ottawa called Spartan, I think it's Spartan something, has been approved to produce COVID-19 testing devices that can provide testing results in about 30 minutes. And
My goodness.
that story broke today. Good news. Ottawa has approved of same, and they're cracking their buns here to manufacture these things and get them out across the country. Canadian technology uh, going out to assist Canadians. That's perfectly nice. However, I have a bone to pick for them with them regarding their communications. There's a nice little news release here. There's no picture of the box. Where's the damn box? It says there's a box here called the Spartan Cube, the size of a coffee cup. There's no photograph. And the piece I saw on the Globe and on the Radio Canada have nothing to show. So the cube is here. It's on their
Oh,
website, and
wow.
there it is, a cute little thing.
Looks like a radio
Yeah,
speaker.
but for God's sake, put the damn picture with your news release so we can see it. Like Yvon Deschamps used to say, "On veut pas le savoir, on veut le voir." Show me what the fuck you're talking about. But that's just a picadillo. That's just me being
Yeah, because
nitpicky.
these are science guys, Yvonne.
I
They
know,
don't
I
know,
know, but
they're
this is the time
science
to
guys.
sell your thing and your brand, and the people are going to see it and go, "Oh, that's the company with the thing with the cube. Aren't they great?" And they're from Ottawa. So again,
Yeah,
protect your
because it's
brand.
actually a nice looking little thing,
It's
isn't it?
cute, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
cute
adorable.
in the context we're talking about, but it is adorable. So come on, guys, it's Spartan. Never mind.
DNA
This
analyzer.
this is what we
Ooh,
had for dinner last night.
grilled lamb stuffed pitas
Pitas
with
with yogurt
yogurt.
sauce.
Wow.
Yes. So it
Now, did
was.
you throw that together or did
Oh no,
the
Madame
madame?
did. Madame did, but it was absolutely delicious. Again, you're not ingesting enormous amounts of meat, but it was absolutely delightful with an enormous salad filled with greens, local greens from Lufa. Shout out to Lufa again. A beautiful, beautiful dinner. And I wanted to just pass this along to you, but I'll show you how the stream of consciousness of my adult brain works.
Are those pitas whole wheat or are they?
No, these are just. Well, I think the ones in this is a stock a shot. This is not.
Oh,
This is
okay.
not a photograph I took here, but I think these are whole wheat. Yes, we had the regular pitas, and you fry them up. You put the raw meat in there, and then you cook them in a pan. They come out very crispy and a
Mm.
bit of yogurt sauce, delightful. But my brain, of course, began to go into other directions, and I remember we were talking about lamb, and I remember the first time I had lamb, and that was at the Friar's Cellar in the Wellington House in London, Ontario, with my dad about 50 years ago, literally. I took a bit of a road trip with my father. We were living in Toronto at the time. And my father took me to lunch at the Friar's Cellar, and I had a lamb brochette there that was absolutely outstanding, and it has stuck in my brain ever since.
Is the
So
place still around?
it burned down many years ago.
Ah,
The owner passed away, and it was a family-run place, and absolutely terrific. And then,
Thursday.
yeah, and then I went. My
Sorry.
brain then went to the reason why we were on the road trip, and my father was invited to speak at Fanshawe
Fanshawe
College.
College. Mm.
This is the newer looking Fanshawe College. This is not what the building was like in those days, but my father was working in public administration at the time. And he had a morning lecture there. So he had me hang around and with the students and all of that. We went for lunch. We went to the Friar's Cellar for lunch, and we went back to Fanshawe. And then he invited me to sit in on a lecture with the guy who wrote this book, John Howard
Oh
Griffin.
my goodness, Black Like Me.
Yeah,
They made a film
it's
about that.
been reprinted 50 or 60 times. The book. If you know nothing about it, I won't belabor it this morning, but it's. I recall reading it after I saw Griffin on stage there, and he had been suffering from a blindness. I thought at the time, and over the years, I thought it was related to the treatments he underwent to darken his skin. And quickly, if you know nothing about this book, it's about an American writer, a guy from Texas, now deceased, who darkened his skin and then went on a trip, an investigative trip in the southern USA to find out, quote unquote, what it was like to live like a black man. And they made a movie out of it, as you say. Books, many articles have been written about this. So it's something you might want to explore on your own time. But I remember this as if it were yesterday, sitting there with my father, listening to John Howard Griffin talking about his experiences. This is him this is him, both versions, if you will, He died in 1980 and actually suffered because of his story writing here. He was beaten by the Ku Klux Klan. He received death threats. I think he and his family moved to Mexico for a while to get away from that. So it's quite the story, quite something to look into if you've never really looked into it. So
I'm trying to figure out. I didn't
that's
read
how
the
my
book. I saw
lamb
the movie.
story ends. That's how my lamb story ends for some strange reason. But
That is how your brain
yeah,
works.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the name of the actor who played him.
Oh,
It'll come to me.
yeah. Yeah, there was a movie I think released in the 70s about this story. So anyway, on to perhaps some lighter things. This ad popped up on one of my web travels this week, and you can see that Chinese manufacturers are hard at work making headgear to keep up with the times. So you've got these hats that have visors on them. They're also making face masks, of course, and I found this one rather ironic with the United States on a brick wall. There's a joke to be written about this. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll try to figure out in the next day or two. So things are going to change quickly in terms of the way we live and behave. I found this on Amazon. If you want to look for something quirky and you're looking for toilet paper, you can buy Donald Trump toilet paper and a toilet brush, by the way, to go with it.
He probably gets a royalty.
I wonder if he does. But yes, I would order some of this. And if you're feeling the same way many Americans are right now, you might want to clean your toilet with a Donald Trump toilet brush. God. This is the kite flying piece I was talking to you about the other day. We were talking about Joe Settlemeyer and how I unabashedly stole ideas from him and from others. And this was a piece we shot in Montreal, a kite manufacturing company. And we shot one of the persons from the company flying a kite. This was on the roof of the building. So if you watch in the background now, once the interview section starts, you will see me come in and fighting with the kite there in the background. And
I've never seen this one.
He's talking about it now. I had placed marks, of course, on the back of the roof so that I would walk in and out of the frame, of course, and of course I'm really close to the edge of the roof there. I almost got yanked off the friggin' roof a couple of times. And God bless, it was Anna Asimakopoulos who was producing that, and she was doing the interview behind the camera and trying to figure out what the hell I was doing, because I hadn't told her what I was going to do at the back of the spot there. Anyway, God bless her. I sent Anna a little friend request recently. She said hello. There she is. There's Anna. Worked for CBC for many years.
Beautiful Anna.
Absolutely, very talented young woman. Now I've also posted this absolutely classic piece. People are absolutely eating this one up. And this is the Dave home with the flu and the classic line. I think it's the NyQuil, I think is the line in there. That's just outstanding. I'm going to put both of the links to these pieces up on the GrumPod page, but this is worth a look because you're such a good performer. And again,
thank you very much.
And again, a big shout out to the producer. It was Sheila Kinch, right, who produced that?
Yeah, the actual producer on site, and golly, I can't remember her name. No bigger than a minute, willing to do anything. Oh, geez, I wish I could remember her name. Anyway, it was Sheila who. No,
it wasn't Marcy Cutler. Okay, Marcy was the producer there too. A shout out to Marcy. But this is Sheila, who was. I'm sure she was overseeing those pieces.
Yes, she was the one who. She's the one who hired me for it.
Okay,
and I think regretted it ever since.
I'm sure. But anyway, these very talented people who were still working, or were up until recently still working for the CBC. So just a quick hello to them. And God, that NyQuil one. Such a long time ago too, right?
If you'll notice on the desk or the night table next to me, amongst all the various remedies, there was foot powder on there. Foot spray. Yeah. I just I got everything out of the medicine chest and put whatever that spray is people used to spray on their feet. So everything's including the NyQuil.
But it's
Oh,
interesting.
well.
But I'm interested in your process because I was thinking about the kite piece. I had just an idea of that sort of a background thing happening, but I had to talk everybody into it and explain. And the guys kept looking behind them. We kept asking them not to look behind them because
That's right. He's supposed to be oblivious, right?
yes, right. So I
Yeah.
drove people crazy because I'd come up with these ideas. And there's another one I'll show you later on this week, but there's a plowing competition in a township. So that's a whole other story. But and I would drive the camera people and the producers crazy because I just start doing stuff right on the spot. But with this flu thing, did you block this out and write it out scene by scene? Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I didn't have a script, but I generally had an idea of what I was going to do. Yes,
Okay.
I had,
Yeah.
scene one, scene two, scene
Okay.
three, but nothing,
Okay.
nothing written. No,
Yeah.
no. And we had a great, I can't remember the name of the cameraman. And he spoke about 3 words of English. He was having the time of his life. He
Yeah.
loved doing these little
I was
things, and
very
he
fortunate to.
volunteered for them.
Yeah.
Richard. Anyway, no, I don't know about you. I mean, some of your things you would need scripts, but when I talked to camera and doing the things I did, I didn't use a script. I knew exactly what I was going to say, waiting for the punchline. But no, the scripts, no, no.
Okay.
Just knew I was
But
going to
the
lie there in pain. I'm good at that anyway. I've
you
been
are.
practicing that all
Yeah.
my life.
And the spring cleaning one too, I put up, and that's a favorite of mine too. Just to watch you fall down when you
Oh,
smell the yeah.
the laundry, the kids'
That's right.
laundry
Yeah,
pail. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. I have a very,
Ah,
very simple sense of humor. So people falling
thank
down
you very much.
makes me
I
laugh.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of one last quick thing.
Sure.
How many second letters, up until recently, what second letters were chosen for call letters for radio stations in Canada? Other than CB, which were all CBC stations like CBM, CBL.
Okay.
K's one. Yeah.
Yeah. F
Yeah.
and H.
Yeah.
What are you just taking a poll here? You're just writing
Yeah,
down random items?
I'm trying to corner you on this one, Mr. Radio.
Okay, well, ask me. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why I'm answering this.
CF,
Yeah,
CH,
yeah.
CK, and
So I worked for
CJ.
a CF. I worked for a CK. I worked for a CI.
Yeah, that's later.
CIQC. Yeah,
That's later. But when it started out, you had to have these
CJ.
CJ
I
as
worked
second
for
letter.
CJAD. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Isn't that fun?
That's right. CKAT.
CKV, yeah, CKVL, CKC.
CJAD, CFCH, CBM. Was it
Yeah,
CB?
all CBC
CBM.
stations were B. Yeah,
Right.
CBM and television, they added the T. What was the first station?
CFRA,
I beg your
CFGO.
pardon?
I worked at CFRA,
CFGO.
CFGO. Yeah,
Yeah.
worked at those. The Go 14 in Ottawa, 50,000 watts, and the frequency was about this wide. So if you went just a little bit too far, and we blasted into New Brunswick if we had the pattern wrong too. So they
Oh,
would.
is that right?
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my God. So
yeah,
some guy in Moncton be knocked off his feet, right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, another bit of radio lore I thought
There
I'd
you
share.
are.
I just thought of that at the last minute, and thank
Okay.
you for sharing my little essays.
Thank you very
I did
much.
have fun doing them.
And I will post those, and we'll have more for you this week. And we got Bill Amos lined up for Wednesday,
Okay.
and other surprise guests I'm working on here too. So
Oh, wonderful.
yeah,
Okay. Are you going to show up?
I will be showing up. Unfortunately,
I
most of
bet you will.
yeah. All right then.
Okay. Let's end this thing.
Okay. Bye bye.